All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something called the quiet forge. It's this really powerful way of thinking about self-control, and not through, just gritting your teeth and trying harder, but by using some really smart, simple little actions. And that's really the big idea here. You should probably forget everything you've ever been told about willpower, like it's some kind of trait you're either born with or you're not. This whole framework treats it more like a personal operating system, one that you, yes, you, can actually reprogram. Okay, so let's just dive right in. First, we need to tackle a huge misunderstanding, something we're calling the willpower glitch. This right here, this is the key mindset shift. We tend to think of a lack of self-control as, I don't know, a character flaw, right? A moral failing. But that's just not true. It's actually a physiological capacity, a lot like a muscle. You can train it, it can get tired, and yeah, you can make it stronger over time. So if we're gonna train this skill, we first have to understand what is actually happening inside our heads when that impulse hits. What does that internal battle really look like? Believe it or not, every single decision you make is like a lightning fast civil war happening inside your skull between three different parts of your brain. You've got your ancient lizard brain that just wants that immediate reward now. Then there's your mammalian brain, which is all caught up in emotions and what other people think. And then there's that very thin new layer on top, your human brain, and that's the part trying to think long term. And here's the absolute kicker. That whole war, it's usually over in less than a second. And when it's that fast, the older, more primitive parts of your brain, they win. Every single time. So what is self-control then? It's just the art of inserting a pause. That's it. Creating just enough space for your logical human brain to actually get a word in. So what's actually driving that powerful initial urge? Well, a lot of the time, it's not real hunger or some deep need. It's something called a dopamine prediction error. It's basically your brain's reward system throwing a tantrum, screaming, hey, I was expecting a hit of something good right about now, and where is it? And this is such a brilliant way to think about it. A craving is not a command you have to obey. It's just old software running. It's a prediction your brain made based on what you used to do. But you don't have to fulfill that prediction anymore. You can literally choose to install an update. All right, let's get into the practical stuff, the microaction toolkit. We've talked about the why, right? The brains of a war, the dopamine era. Now let's get to the how, the simple, tiny actions you can actually use to win that internal battle. Okay, tool number one, and honestly, this might be the most powerful one, the 10 breath rule. This is your secret weapon for creating that critical pause we were talking about. The second you feel that urge to check your phone, grab that snack, whatever it is, just stop. Force yourself to take 10 slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. That's it. That simple, tiny action is often all you need to let your human brain get back in the game. And hey, what if the craving is still screaming at you? That's when you pull out an interruption tool. The idea here is to give your brain's reward circuit a different kind of jolt, something that's not destructive. Splashing cold water on your face, writing down a quick win you had earlier, or even just busting out 20 quick push-ups. These things can hijack those reward pathways and quiet the craving down without you having to give in. Now, this is where it gets really, really cool. Look at this. These aren't just cute little life hacks. They are targeted neurological strikes. And check out the success rates, even when you feel like your willpower is at zero. The 10 breath rule, it activates the logical part of your brain, the VMPFC, with over a 90% success rate. That cold splash on your face gives you a shot of norepinephrine, which boosts your focus, and that interrupts the craving 80% of the time. We're talking about simple tools with a huge, scientifically backed impact. It's amazing. Okay, but this is about so much more than just resisting one cookie or not checking your phone one time. These small, consistent actions, they have a much deeper purpose. They're actually the building blocks of a whole new identity. The ancient Stoics had a perfect way of looking at this. They talked about two arrows. The first arrow is the initial impulse, that hunger pang, that dopamine urge. You can't control that. It's just going to happen. But the second arrow, that's your reaction to it, your judgment, the story you tell yourself about that urge. And that, my friends, is 100% within your control. And if you want to take it up a notch, look at the legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi. His philosophy basically suggests that you should make the cost of breaking your own rules, of betraying the identity you're trying to build, unacceptably high. You treat your promises to yourself with the same seriousness a warrior brings to the battlefield. So, here's the bottom line. Every single time you use that 10 breath rule, every time you choose a splash of cold water instead of the easy reward, you are casting a vote. You're giving your own brain cold, hard proof that you are becoming the kind of person who does what they say they're going to do. So, let's bring this all home and put it into practice. We're not going to wait for tomorrow or next week. Your training starts right now with your first tiny, immediate win. Just think about it for a second. What's the very next thing you're going to do automatically without even thinking the moment this explainer is over? Chances are you're going to reach for your phone, right? Or maybe go grab a snack. That impulse, that's your first target. Before you do it, I want you to just burn one number into your mind. That's it. Just the number 10. So whatever that automatic thing is you're about to do, just insert the pause. Take 10 slow breaths. That is it. That one tiny action is your first official vote for your new identity. It's your first piece of hard evidence that you're the one in control. And with that single, simple choice, your quiet forge is officially on.